In this video, we will discuss the cosecant function and particularly how to graph cosecant functions. The cosecant function is the reciprocal of the sine function, written as the fraction 1 over sine of x. Like sine, cosecant has a period of 2 pi. We can explore the values of cosecant with the table shown here that includes sine values for x equals 0, x equals pi over 2, x equals pi, x equals 3 pi over 2, and x equals 2 pi. Let's start filling in the table by dividing 1 by all 5 values shown for sine of x. Remember that dividing by 0 is undefined. Thus, we get undefined, 1, undefined, -1, and undefined. Using x and y, let's now fill in the coordinates of each critical point if they exist. If the cosecant is undefined at a certain x, we will have a vertical asymptote at that value. Thus, we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 0, a critical point at pi over 2, 1, a vertical asymptote at x equals pi, a critical point at 3 pi over 2, -1, and a vertical asymptote at x equals 2 pi. Let's graph the cosecant function and begin by graphing the vertical asymptotes for values of x from -2 pi to +2 pi. Think about what happens when x approaches the vertical asymptotes. Next, we should plot the points pi over 2, 1, and 3 pi over 2, -1. Remember to also plot these critical points with opposite sign coordinates given the domain of our graph. The cosecant function grows without bound in either the positive or negative direction, and there are no x-intercepts because cosecant cannot equal 0. Knowing this, we are now able to approximate the graph of the cosecant function as shown. Another way to graph cosecant is to use the related sine function as a guide. To do this, we first graph the sine function y equals sine of x, and then draw the asymptotes that correspond to the cosecant function. Finally, draw the u-shape between the asymptotes, noting that the maximums of the guide function are the minimums of the u-shapes, and the minimums of the guide function are the maximums of the u-shapes. Thus we have graphed the cosecant function.